opportunity as the Fredericton District Labour Council to commemorate today's events. The National Day of Mourning was established in Canada at the urging of the Canadian Labour Congress in 1984 and is now recognized in over 80 countries around the world. With the passing of the Worker Mourning Day Act in December 1990, this became the national observance for persons killed or injured in the workplace. The purpose of the Day of Mourning is twofold: to remember and honor those lives lost or injured, and to renew a commitment to improve workplace health and safety in the effort to prevent further workplace-related deaths. Unfortunately, the annual Day of Observance has not made it safer for workers. Over 1,000 Canadian workers lose their lives each year, and the causes of which are more often than not entirely preventable. Many die as a result of incidents because of fatal diseases such as cancer and asbestos caused by exposure to workplace carcinogens. In New Brunswick, over the past year, there have been at least 4 reported deaths in workplaces. There were 89 workplace accidents reported in 2011, and so far this year, there have been 18 reported workplace injuries. Each year for the past 27 years, labour councils like ours all across Canada have organized events like today. And we will continue to mourn for the loss of our fellow workers as a result of workplace incidents. We're fortunate to have with us today Brother David Frank and Brother Stephen Hayes, who are here to express their thoughts on the occasion of the National Day of Mourning. With that, I would like to welcome Brother David to say a few words.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you to the Fredericton District Labour Council for organizing this event. We're here on the river, and when we think about all the work and all the stories that have happened on this river, I'm reminded that there was a tradition when a man was lost in the river drives on the river to place a marker on the bank. And we have a marker here along our shores to remind us of the times, the hard times, the hard work, and the hope for better times that people have expressed over many generations. This day is here to remind us that death, disability, disease are part of the story of the Canadian workplace. When we look at the numbers, some of which Alex has just quoted to you, the numbers are conservative estimates, but they are astonishing. Every day, year in and year out, there are almost 3 Canadian lives claimed by workplace injuries in this country. On a day like this, I think of the words that were spoken at a similar ceremony in a town not far from here, when the mayor of the town said, "We remember our war dead, we should also remember those who died in the workplace." So I thank you for coming here to observe and to remember, but we'd have to do more than that. We have to ensure that our fellow citizens are able to go to work without fear for their health and their safety. We do that through our unions, we do that through our laws, we do that by putting pressure on our employers. I think we can do that by educating young people to their workplace rights in the schools as well. So I thank you for your attendance and observance, and thank you for sharing in this event.
Thank you, David. I'd like to welcome Brother Stephen Hayes.
Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters, fellow citizens. I'm a member of a great organization called the IBW, and the IBW was founded in 1891. And one of the primary purposes of the IBW being founded was Henry Miller was looking around and wanted of every 2 linemen that were hired were killed. And that's like 50%. came to work, to not go home. As president of Local 37 here in New Brunswick, I worked in the safety of operations staff for over 35 years. And there was a lot of deaths during my tenure. Some citizens, some workers. However, every time the bell tolled, it always took a piece of you with it. Now, my role at that time, and still my role today, is if I can prevent one person from getting injured, or one person from dying on a job, then I would be eternally grateful to do so. We look around and we take for granted a lot of stuff we have today. People paid a high price for what we have today, and the safety rules are written in blood. Workers that passed on before us or were fatally injured in some way or another, or maimed, those people paid a high price for what rules are in place today to protect us as we go to work. How do we respect those workers today that passed on? The best way to respect those workers today is to be eternally vigilant in promoting safety on the job. And how can we do that? By insisting others follow the rules that are in place to protect them. I'd like to thank you all for coming out here today, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. At this point, silence, and then we follow that moment of silence by walking together and laying wreaths and roses at the monument here in Fredericton. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Brother Dan to come and